Hey there, Mama, and welcome back to the Moms Overcoming Overwhelm podcast, episode number 127. I'm Emily McDermott, and I'm here beside you on this journey as we work together to declutter your home, head, and heart. The end of the school year is rapidly approaching, and if you're anything like me, you might be freaking out just a tad. Today, I want to bring you 3 things that I am doing now to hopefully make my summer easier and prepare. So you definitely want to tune in, especially if you have kiddos that are going to be done even sooner than that. If you have preschool kiddos, they might be getting out earlier. And I think that this will be a great way for us to simplify and streamline in preparation for those summer months. So what do you say? Grab the notebook and pen and let's dive into today's episode. Hey there, Mama. Are you tired of all the stuff crowding your home, calendar, and mind? Do you wish you could say goodbye to the endless to-do list running around in your head? Want to declutter but don't know where to start? You're in the right place. Welcome to Moms Overcoming Overwhelm, where you will find proven and practical solutions to declutter your home, head, and heart. Hi, I'm Emily, a wife, boy mom, and simplicity seeker. I struggled to get pregnant and felt overwhelmed until I discovered decluttering could create the physical and emotional space I needed to become a mom. Now, 2 kids later, I've transformed my life and motherhood by developing simple systems around decluttering, capsule wardrobes, kid stuff, cleaning and tidying, meal planning, time management, and more, and I can't wait to share them with you. If you're ready to reclaim the time and energy you crave, be present with your kids, and finally enjoy the life and motherhood you so deserve, let's kick overwhelm to the curb, shall we? Grab your lukewarm coffee, your notebook and pen, and clear up some counter space. Let's do this. Today's featured review is from Giabby. Hope I'm saying that right. And she writes, "This podcast is in my top 3. I listen to a lot of podcasts, but this one is consistently in my top 3 because it's practical, helpful systems I can actually use and do. I feel like this podcast constantly reminds me of what's important in life and helps me eliminate excess stuff and work with the stuff of life that is necessary." Well, thank you so much for this wonderful review. I am honored and thrilled that I am in your top 3. I definitely have my about top 5 podcasts that I listen to, so that is really great. And if you have not left a review for the show yet, what are you waiting for? I would really, really appreciate it. It's the best way that I know that this show is resonating with you, that it is helping you, and also helps other moms to find it. So if you do have an iPhone or an iPad, an Apple product, and go find me an Apple Podcast, scroll down to where it says write a review in very small, inconspicuous purple writing. Thank you, Apple. Then you can go ahead and leave me a review there. I would appreciate it so much. So 3 things I'm doing now to make summer easier. Yeah, we need all the help we can get because these kids are going to be home soon. And even if they're going to camps or vacation Bible schools, it's still a very different routine. And we want to make sure that we're transitioning well. So the first thing that I'm doing to make summer easier is doubling down on simplifying my home management tasks. And the first part of this is simplifying my meals. I've been doing more sheet pan meals. We just did sheet pan nachos the other day. It was a big hit. Simple things in the slow cooker where I'm just putting some sort of protein in there in a sauce or broth, and then being able to use the shredded beef or the shredded chicken and other things like enchiladas. Also grilling, doing pre-made burgers, doing foil packets, and also getting more food that's been prepped, so things have been already cut up, and it just makes things a lot easier because summer for me is all about simple meals, easy cleanup, and making it as easy as possible for the whole family. The other thing that I've done is that when it comes to cleaning, which as you know, I detest, I started timing how long it actually takes me to do certain things. So that way, as I'm going through the list of what I want to accomplish, I know, for example, the basement takes, 15 minutes to vacuum. The bathroom takes 10 minutes to clean. So if I have small pockets of time, I can look and say, okay, I have 10 minutes. There's a 10-minute task and I can actually do it. So that helps me to plug cleaning into the week to make it a little bit easier so I don't have to put a 2 to 3 hour block aside to do that. Also, when it comes to laundry, of course, I love my daily laundry routine, but I've also started running the dishwasher in the evening. If it's full or not full, doesn't really matter, because I want to be able to just not think about it and then be able to unload it the next morning. And that goes into the other part of how I'm simplifying things, which are my daily resets and tasks. I spoke in an earlier episode about how I'm using habit stacking to help me with that. So you use the when this happens, then I do this kind of language. For example, when I come downstairs to make the kids breakfast, I unload the dishwasher while their bagels in the toaster or their oatmeal's in the microwave, because I know that unloading the dishwasher only takes a couple minutes. So these are just some of the ways that I'm trying to make this home management easier, so that when it comes to summertime and the kids are home more, then I can really make it not so overwhelming to be taking care of the home when they are home more often. The second thing that I'm doing to make summer easier is giving myself a grace right now for the end of the school year. I have heard of this term. I hadn't heard of it before, but I'm not really hip to all of the different terms people are using nowadays. But it is called Maycember. And Maycember represents that May has a similar feeling to end of the year, like December, where you have all of these parties and events and things going on, but also kind of like September and just sort of like the frenetic pace. And there's just so much going on. I've been hearing about, you have final sports games, you have recitals, you have graduations, and then you have like the end of year teacher gifts and that kind of thing. So I know things are crazy. Also, my oldest son has a birthday right around Memorial Day weekend. So I'm asking myself, okay, what can I do to prepare? What can I say no to? How am I going to protect some of these boundaries that I want to have in place? How can I focus on those urgent and important things? And really the things that matter to me, which would be that my son has a fun birthday. I want to volunteer for field day and make sure that I can get those teacher end of year gifts, which I simplify by just getting them all the same thing, just getting them Target gift cards. And again, that's where that grace comes in, that I don't have to feel guilty like, oh, I should get every single teacher a very personalized special gift, or, oh, well, I'm volunteering for field day, but not volunteering for my kids' end of year party. Realizing I can't do it all. It's just a busy time of year, and focusing on the things that matter most. So that is the second thing that I'm doing now to make the transition to summer easier so I'm not completely burnt out. And the third way that I am making summer easier now is decluttering my house in advance of the kids being home for the summer. And I'm focusing primarily on things that they use. So things they play with when we are looking at toys, games, activities, also taking stock of books. What are they reading? What are they not reading? And having an understanding of what needs to go and what needs to shift, partially because of my son's birthday and stuff coming in, but also I want to make sure that the stuff that we have in our home are things that they actually want to engage in and play with for the summer, since they will be home more frequently and more often than they are during the school year. So in the free Facebook group, tinyurl.com/moms overcoming overwhelm, we will continue to have decluttering challenges. So feel free to join us. And I am going to be focusing my decluttering efforts on kids stuff, but perhaps you have a different focus and I would love to support you in that. So there you have it. Those are the 3 ways that I am trying to simplify things and make things easier before the summer. And number 1, I'm doubling down on simplifying my home management tasks. Number 2, giving myself grace for the end of the school year and the fact that I don't need to say yes to everything. And number 3, decluttering my home in advance of my kids being home for the summer by focusing on their stuff, what they're using, what they're not, so that I can make room and make sure that we have a really fun summer together. On Thursday, I'm going to be speaking to Kari Davis, and she podcasts over at the Well Health and Wholeness podcast. And we're going to be talking about how an overwhelmed mom like you can take a personal inventory to live more intentionally, and her best tips for living intentionally even when we have a lot going on. So I can't wait to see you there. I will see you on Thursday. Bye for now. If you like today's podcast, here's what you can do. Just take 30 seconds to leave me a review. I know you're a busy mama. You're overwhelmed, in fact. But 30 seconds of your day makes such an impact. I'll be blessed by your words. They'll definitely make my day. And who knows, you might be entered for this month's giveaway. In Apple Podcasts, scroll down to write a review. Thanks so much for your time. I'm so grateful for you.